Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Uncalled For After Show. We're going to have a great night with some conversation. Yay, Matt saying. Yay. So let's get right around the room for introductions again. And again, I'm going to start with Vishanti. How are you tonight?
Doing fairly well. Just ready to chill out with you guys and maybe share some memes.
Awesome. This will be fun.
A new icon.
And Matt says he sees your new icon. He likes it, huh?
Yay. Yeah. Thank you, Matt.
That's right. And how are you tonight, Woden Toad?
Oh, I'm doing good. I finally got my mic issues fixed for the next 25 seconds.
There you go. It sounds awesome. And joining us tonight is B No Just B. How are you tonight, B?
I am wonderful. I had a nice weekend. I mean, it's too short. It always feels like a day and a half and not 2 days, but good weekend. I relaxed. I did nothing productive. So it was great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Those are the best weekends to have.
Well, I made coffee, so that's pertinent. I did do that all weekend. So
most important.
Points.
That's right. At least the coffee got made. Right?
Right. And thanks for inviting me, guys. I appreciate it. And gals and whoever else.
And we also have Miss Kim Stone. How are you tonight, Miss Kim? What did you think of the last show?
I am wonderful. It was great up until somebody accidentally ended it.
YouTube.
I'm ready for some more stupid.
There we go. And how about you, Dick? What did you think of the last show?
Well, that unexpected issue with duplicate stream keys, because I thought it was set to variable like the other shows. That was a little bit of an issue, but what are you going to do? But I thought it went great. I like the new set design and stuff, and I think it really makes this its own show proper. And, you know, that's what we really needed to do. So I thought it was awesome. I had a blast. I had a good time, and, you know, time to chat about it now with some cool folks.
That's right.
I want to say I was really impressed when I saw it pop up. I like the way you have it set up, and it looks like relaxing, but friends sitting around and talking, but you know,
without the best of the usual set.
Yeah,
that monkey poop.
No monkey poop.
Hey, without the monkey poop.
Cleaned.
Hey, someone picked up that tablet.
Yes, they did.
Yep.
I said it was an air vent. I didn't know it's in the floor. It's rectangular. It's an air vent.
There we go.
After it was brought up, I figured out what was going on in the background and made a little cleanup. It was actually gone before the end of the last stream.
I only noticed it because I went full screen. Before I went full screen, I didn't notice it. But once I went full screen, it was like, poof, what is that?
Now, I didn't notice it until somebody brought it up, because I have three monitors going, but on those I have like 8 or 9 windows all scattered around. So nothing's large enough for my old eyes to have seen it until it was pointed out. Yeah, I didn't even notice.
I saw it right off. I just didn't want to say nothing.
Oh, that's funny. But yeah, it was good. You know, good way to launch the new set and everything. I thought it was fun.
It is bootyful. Again, I love the picture in the back.
So I think, Dick, now you started something, so every week you should hide something on the set. And everybody find it and guess what it is, and whoever, you know, they get to come into the after party.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. That is a good one. And, you know, on the Shills, we have some of the Easter eggs. We have little things that happen animated style on the set as the show goes. And over the next few weeks, a lot of those, but, you know, for the Uncalled For will be coming as well. Because, you know, this was put together today. So there was I woke up, had breakfast and coffee, and started building. It took a while. Sure. There was a lot to do.
The autistic members of the audience. See how well that goes for you, jerk.
Exactly.
Way to go. Okay.
You guys are too much. So did you guys have more videos you wanted to go through? Is that what you were going to do on this, or were you just going to?
I think, Aimee, the idea was more to just make it an open chat, right?
Yeah, if you, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
But either
I didn't know
way-
what direction we were going, if we were waiting on something or if we were just bullshitting.
Yeah, just bullshitting, I think.
Okay.
I don't think I could handle much more stupid.
Yeah,
I know
agreed.
that some of that was pretty dumb too. So
I mean, those were clearly like get well balloons or some kind. Those were Mylar balloons. That's why when they moved, the shape changed because they're not perfectly round.
And then they move independently, but they're still together. So yeah, I mean, they were too perfectly round to be a UFO.
And if you watched, oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say what people think of as a UFO, because that's one of the other things that's so sad is that society has decided that UFO means aliens.
No, it's actually unidentified flying object.
Exactly.
It's not. It's an alien.
Exactly.
So if you cannot identify it, technically it is a UFO, but it doesn't mean that it's some extraterrestrial being. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if you watch that, the balloons, when they went out away from each other, they always went the same distance and then stopped.
Yes.
So that's why the first thing I said was balloons. Yeah.
Yeah. But that first one, it was so obviously a plane. Oh my God. That it was just like, I've seen some alien ones that have people have put up that actually look like they might be alien, you know what I mean, or not of this world. I've seen some of those. Okay, these two, not even close.
Nope,
not even close. Especially once he zoomed in, it was like no.
And I don't think everyone understands how big the drones are that like the military and these private corporations and stuff are starting to use.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty good size. They're smaller than planes by a lot, but they're still 12, 15, whatever feet long. So you're going to see them sometimes and they can move erratically because they're drones. They're not going that fast.
Most people think that the Mars rovers are about the size of, a small dog. So,
oh my goodness, really?
Well, yeah, because you kind of see them far away. And...
Well, yeah, but I mean, I never thought that they were.
Well, we have nothing to compare them to. We don't know what the surface of Mars is like. If it was on our planet, we could look at it and go, "Oh, well, that's a boulder. It's small, or it's by a pine tree," but we don't know. So to us, I don't know. I figured it was, 8 feet long, 4 feet tall, something like that. But no, I didn't know it was that small.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, most people think they're that small, but they're actually the size of like an SUV or something. A lot of them are huge because they have these entire labs on board.
Right, and that's how I pictured it. Yeah, that's about the size I thought they were. If they're too small, they get stuck easy anyway.
I was thinking Mini Cooper.
If they're too light. Yeah, Mini Cooper. On tracks.
Right.
With some really good cameras. Have you guys seen some of those shots of the rocks they found on Mars? Anybody?
Nope.
Oh my God, they're so cool. Some of it looks like sandstone and limestone. Some of it looks like shale, and some of it looks like I don't know what. It almost looks like it's lead, but it's so solid and steel looking, but it's not rusted or anything. And it's been formed by the wind, so it's like a rock. But the surface up there is warm enough that if that was lead, it shouldn't be so solid. Because lead starts softening at a very low point. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's
but it's interesting. It's all over YouTube. You guys should everybody look it up. It's really cool. Some of the shots they have.
That's awesome. They do on Twitter sometimes too. You'll be able to see some of the photographs they've come up with from that rover. It's really cool.
Yeah,
I've got some really good ones.
Awesome.
Clear ones. Yeah.
Yeah, some of them look like. What gets me about it is this isn't too sciencey. Actually, this part is really cool. Some of them look like skulls and like faces from statues.
That's because they are.
And dun 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 dun. Dun.
Hey, you know what? For all we know, there was previous life form on there.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know what happened to that planet before it went to shit. It was somebody probably like us came on it and destroyed it. That's probably what happened.
Just like we're going to do to this one.
Word.
With all the natural disasters. Yeah. Well, I meant the inevitable. it's inevitable, but no.
Oh yeah, it will one day be Mars,
natural
probably.
Disasters that we've had in the last few years. It's to me, it's like, dude, I keep referencing movies, but I can't help it.
You know, they had a flash flood in the middle of the desert.
I believe that.
They had a flash flood in a city in the middle of the desert, and the cars were like driving through water that was up to their hoods.
Wow. Was the Age of Ultron, Avengers, where Ultron says that God's winding up, throwing a rock at us again?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not God, it's us.
I mean, the longer I'm alive on this planet, the more I realize that Ultron was right. Mm-hmm. Sure, he was a, omnicidal maniac, artificial intelligence in a nigh indestructible body. However, he spent less than 30 seconds on the internet and was like, humanity's got to go.
Yep.
Hey, the worst villains, or maybe the best, are the ones that don't lie and the ones that tell you the harsh truth.
Yeah, and I mean, even Ultron was like, God's winding up again. That's a figure of speech. It's a figure of speech. But he's not wrong. Like, we're destroying our own planet. So he's like, you know what? Let me just nudge you a little bit. Like, that's not right. Obviously, you should be genocidal.
But a little bit.
But yeah, his rationale, I guess, if you want to call it that, he's not technically wrong.
Ain't that the truth?
Me crying in California because it's the driest we've been in like over 20 years or something, and it's like I'm just crying because I'm like, oh shit, here comes fire season. Screwed.
Hey, what's that toad doing on the screen?
Don't look behind you now, but never mind. Everything's fine.
Back.
Everything's fine. Never mind.
That was great.
The tablet's back.
Listen, Jonathan, I don't owe you any money.
No.
Hey, bitch, you were close. You could have just reached out.
Kevin, I told you it's over.
It reminds me of that show, You. Has anybody seen that?
We just failed the Bechdel test.
Mm-mm.
It's about this guy that becomes obsessed with this woman and does everything, like, I think kills her boyfriend or something like that, and becomes her boyfriend, and he is just psycho crazy, and the crap he does is insane, and you should really watch it. It's just nuts, literally.
Oh, ouch. Oh, God. Getting old sucks.
I don't know how anybody can stalk anybody. There's a lot of effort into stalking people, Like, that's a full-time job.
I will say this. My late father had a lot of things that I didn't approve of in his personality, but he had the best one-liner quotes I've ever seen. I remember one day he was struggling with some kind of pain, and he just looked at me and he said, getting old ain't for pussies.
Ain't that the truth?
I know, and I'm like, oh God. It's true.
It's true. Like, those are the people that walk around whining all the time that are old. They're the pussies that can't take it, I guess.
Dude, there's somebody that said, like, you're old when someone says, hey, good morning, how are you? And you immediately start talking about all your pain. Or your surgeries. And
when I was a teenager, I was helping my dad clean up his house to, just help clean up. So I had this basket filled with like tissues and aspirin and a bunch of other stuff. I was like, hey Dad, what do you want me to do with all the old people glue? And it just stuck.
Oh, wow.
So now I've cursed other people with that.
Yeah,
That's actually funny.
my mom, well, actually I started it when my kids were younger. They would try to climb all over my mom all the time. I tell them, you have to be careful with Momo. She's antique. And that stuck. And now she's, oh God, how old is she? 72. But with her health problems and stuff, she's much older. But yeah, she's even more antique now.
Now she's distressed.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. I gotta watch out for her for the next week or so. She had that. Oh, here I go. See, look, surgery. She had surgery on Wednesday. She just came home Friday, so.
Yay.
Surgery for
Just surgery. Nosy.
Oh,
it's just a random surgery. There was no purpose behind it.
No, there was a
exploratory,
massive.
Okay.
She had somebody I know. Somebody can probably pronounce it better than I can. Diverticulosis, something like that.
Diverticulitis.
Yes.
Yeah.
And but she
infection
had
in the pockets of your intestine that forms these pockets. Yeah.
Yeah, in the colon. Yeah.
Or colon. I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah. And she's had, I think, 3 or 4 flare-ups this year, just since the 1st of January. And where she's ended up in the hospital for a week or more. And so we finally found a new doctor, and he said surgery is possible, blah, 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 blah. So she had most of her colon removed.
Oh, that's like Inquisitive Quandary. He had to do that. He had to get part of his colon removed too, and he said that his new thing is he wants on all his shirts a semicolon. So every time I see him, I put I semicolon Q, and then yeah.
Yeah, she's doing all right. She's just sore. Yeah. She's up and moving around. She took a shower earlier, but the problem is that she likes hot showers.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You know, she's fresh out of surgery basically, and she tried to go in there and take a steaming hot shower and got lightheaded. So I had to bring her back to her bed so she could lay down and cool off. And I'm like, you got it too hot. You have to realize that your body's trying to heal, and whenever you put it through something like that, it's not going to be good. So
so what I'm hearing is turn it up higher, right?
No. What? No monkeys.
No, get that mess out of here.
Vish.
Don't let him
until that monkey is potty trained, he stays in the bridge.
Put a diaper on him.
Look, he's angry because he can't poop in here.
Pointing to the door. Yes, that's your way out.
Hey, now there's only one dick allowed in here.
Squirt him with a squirt gun. No, bad monkey.
Make sure it's got vinegar in it.
Yes. Of course.
That does not work. Somebody tried to tell my ex-mother-in-law when she got a new dog that to potty train them, she needed to spray vinegar on the spots where they went to the bathroom. I'm like, that doesn't potty train them. That just tells them not to go there for 24 hours till the smell is gone. It doesn't last that long.
When we got our dog, when we got our dog, he had just had, his surgery had just been neutered. And so, of course, we had to keep him from chewing on it. At first, we didn't want to cone him and, because it was pitiful and he's a water drinking dog, so he couldn't get to his water. So we're like, okay, so maybe we put some bitter apple on there. Turns out he actually likes the taste of bitter apple.
Oh my god.
So he just licked it more. Eventually we got a neck donut, and that's like the best thing for dogs. Because he could get to his water and his food, no problem. We could leave it on him, no problem. But he couldn't lick anything.
I got one worse than that. Our last male dog that we had 2 Chihuahuas that passed away last year, and our male, when he was a puppy, he liked dirty panties.
Oh no.
Yes, he would go into whoever's room, and if you left a pair on the floor, they would come up missing, and you'd find them who knows when, and they got holes in them.
Wow.
I was like, that's nasty. Well, oh my god, I just recently saw a video of some anti-maskers or whatever. They literally took their panties off that they were wearing. They were wearing dresses. They took their panties off and put them over their faces.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw that,
that one.
sadly.
I'm like, I pray one of those women has crabs. Or a yeast infection.
Oh,
Pray.
oh, look at the time. Gotta go.
Well, that coochie better be clean.
Girl.
Dude,
Well, it doesn't matter if it was clean when they put it on. When they take it off, they've been walking around. It's hot. You can tell by what they're wearing.
What the
So
hell
they
is
got
that, Dick?
sweat. They got other stuff.
ew. That's nasty. Nope. Dude, okay, so I'm
And
a
were they wearing it back
germaphobe.
to front?
Ew, gross. Front to back, back to front, inside out. Big Hero 6. Oh my god. Gross.
I mean, I wouldn't even want to put my underwear over my head on like a cool winter day where I never slept in them. Never mind on a hot day where you're wearing a dress. You're wearing
No,
a
no.
no. Never
Nope.
mind. No.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
No.
I don't care if they've been on for 2 minutes or 5
No.
minutes or hours. I am
No.
not doing it. Once they touch, I'm done.
No.
Fresh out of the dryer, maybe, but it's still kind of a disturbing thought.
No,
See,
fresh out of the dryer,
that's
you smell
okay.
the
Like
sweater.
if they were never worn, I could handle that. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, if your shit's so funky that when you take it out of the wash, it's not clean enough on your face, you might want to check your shit. I'm just saying.
Well, no, but I mean, it's not that. Okay, yeah, they're clean, but my problem is that the thought, what was there before? You know what I mean? Sweat.
Oh, no, yeah.
You know, juices and everything else. That's just gross. And that's the way my mind works. See, look, okay, years ago, back when I was thinner, I was dating this guy, and we decided we had started dating. We never actually went out. So finally, like, we'd been together for living together for 3 months. He's like, we're going on a date. He's like, get dressed. And so I had this little blue jean mini skirt, and so I wore that, and then I wore this cute little open button because I had triple D's, so I was flaunting them. And
Yeah, I know those feels.
yeah, I wore a
I'm
thong
good.
underneath. Well, we went to a bar to go dancing and stuff, and I was so excited. And then we went to go sit at a booth, and all I could think was, how many other girls sat here wearing basically the same thing I am, and either had something or had something dripping, and is now
Ew.
Oh.
that is
Oh.
what goes through my mind. Okay.
Okay,
That's-
see, yeah.
Hey, Dick, did you hear about that football game?
Oh,
heard it.
do tell.
I
Oh,
heard
do
there was some
tell.
football
Think
involved.
fluffy bunnies. Think fluffy
And,
bunnies.
Okay,
something about yards and
out of the
downs
dryer.
happened.
Yeah.
Okay, best
think about
thing
that.
coming out of the dryer is husband's ring spun cotton t-shirt. There you go. There's that nice fresh smell for you.
Yeah.
Something that's lovely.
Okay.
Oh, I needed that.
That way we can cleanse, so to speak.
Well, not just that though. I mean, I'm on this now. I'm talking about your hands too. I mean, whenever you go somewhere, you go to the little girls' room, or you go and you're shopping or whatever, and you go to the checkout. How many people didn't wash their hands the last time they went to the bathroom or did whatever and messed with raw food and didn't wash their hands and are touching everything.
This is why I was a germaphobe long before COVID.
Okay,
when I open doors, I'll reach low or really high because people are too lazy to. If it's a bathroom door, I use the paper towel, hold it with my foot, throw the paper towel, put the towel in the trash, go out.
Mhm.
Like, no,
Mhm.
nope. People are gross, man. I've seen nasty things.
Yeah.
That's why I'm still wearing my mask, so I don't have to
Oh yeah, my mom's had her shots, but
Yep.
she asked, she goes, "Do you think I should still wear it?" I said, "Hell yes."
Have you seen
Oh, yes.
Look how much it look. If nothing else, just everybody think about how much it cut down on the flu this last year.
I know it cut the
I mean,
knees
it
out of
was
the flu
way,
this year.
way, way down because people were like washing their hands and not coughing on each other.
Yes, but
So
here's
it's
another
nothing
question for
wrong
you.
with doing it.
Here's another question for you. How many people had the flu but were diagnosed with COVID instead, just for the hospitals to get paid?
I will
don't
say
think
this.
it works like that.
Did you
but
know
I
that
don't
we
know.
literally crushed 2020 flu season because people were masking and distancing?
Yeah.
Seriously.
It would be
Saying.
nice if people did that more often.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
totally on board with normalizing mask use. I went out today. They're about I think they said they're about 40% people fully vaccinated in Missouri, which is great, awesome, yay. I can't remember if it was fully or half, but it's not a lot. And yet 100% of people were without masks. I'm like, pollen. I'm still wearing mine because of pollen.
I've noticed
And
here
that's
people
great.
have started to stop wearing masks. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm asthmatic. I can wear it all year round. I got pollen, we got ragweed, we've got mold,
Mhm.
Hell
we've got
yeah.
winter air. Totally cool with it. So my husband's
Yeah.
like,
That
I
I
didn't get a cold this year.
I don't know
It's the
that I
same
could
here, too.
actually continue to wear the mask. I would prefer not to, just because I can't freaking see because of glasses.
Yeah.
I've tried all the tricks. Plus, my chin stays broken out. I have very sensitive skin, so my chin is like completely broken out. I've got all these little bumps on it from the heat and moisture and stuff from the mask. And then, but my biggest issue is the glasses. I mean, it just completely fogs up your glasses.
Oh,
You
it's
can't
horrible.
see, and I
Mine-
hate it.
Mine is my nose. My nose broke out.
Yes.
Now, where I'm working at now, because I'm in a doctor's office and there's not usually patients in there, and as long as there's no patients in the reception area, we take
Mhm.
our masks off. But my last job, I worked all day long and my nose was constantly broken out.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
Constantly.
bad for the teen kids. My son, poor boy, is broken out too. He's
Yep.
He's got the
Yeah.
teen thing, and then you've got those oils that just sit on the
Hormones and everything else pushing that crap out. Yep.
skin.
I feel
Yeah.
bad for him. And I mean, if we could get rid of the masks, I would be okay with that. But people need to stop being so nasty. I mean,
Yeah.
Like,
seriously,
really? We
wash-
learned that shit when we were like 2 or something.
Right?
I don't know. 1.
Well, this day
Yeah.
and
Wash your
age-
hands. That's all.
Reinforced in kindergarten too. Wash
Well,
your damn
this-
hands.
God, all the
Kids
way
should
through
be
grade
socially
school.
nasty.
There
All the way
is
through like
a-
3rd grade, they did that.
There is a
Yes.
sign in almost every public bathroom that says, please wash your hands. It's typically for the employees, but it's not just for the employees. You know what I mean? I mean, take it as a hint. Wash your damn hands.
Well, I think
you know
they're
what I mean?
covering their ass by saying we have told the employees to wash their hands, and it's a good idea too. Hint,
Mhm.
hint. You know,
Yep.
saying that they told the employees to wash their hands, so if the employees spread anything, then they're like, well, we told them to wash their hands. So, yeah. Sounds like an
people need to
insurance
stop being
lawyer came up
socially
with that.
nasty too. You wear your mask and everybody's looking at you like, you know, like they're totally vaxxed, and you know they're not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
no.
don't care. I don't care if they. We're still learning shit, and there's mutations. I don't trust anything right now. Sorry.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Well, that's what I told my
No.
mom. You know, just because you've been vaccinated doesn't mean it's not going to mutate into something else. And
they
it's,
said the
you're
Delta
not going to be
variant.
protected until this thing is under control, which it's not, because people like the governor of Texas keep removing mandates. And, Texas, I love my home state.
Yeah.
I left here for a year and a half. I couldn't wait to come back. It's my home state. I was born and raised here, school, everything. My kids were born here. But man, I am ashamed to call myself a Texan. Our governor is stupid.
If we had a reasonable human being in charge from the beginning, and I'm just saying, if we had
I know exactly who you're talking about, because I completely agree.
if we had had let's just say a good administrative team on this from the beginning, we would have had countrywide mask mandates, and the United States is a beacon to the world. We may be a gilded pile of crap, but we are still the shining city on the hill that other countries look to.
Yep.
So when we do stupid shit, other countries do stupid shit because the United States got away with it. But if
I
we
wish I could have gone
group of people
to stay with Mipet. Man, they had it down over there.
Yeah.
The way they did things over there is the way it should have been done everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
From the beginning, and said, no, we had somebody saying, oh, no, it'll just go away. One day, it'll just disappear.
Where
I'm
is
sorry,
over there?
I'm doing the hand motions, too.
Or try this drug that somebody told me works, but is, fish aquarium cleaner or something.
Yep.
Why not turpentine? Or, and I'm saying, no, do not drink turpentine. Do not. It will kill you ass.
Yeah, y'all keep talking. I gotta go check on the old lady. Hold on.
So you're checking on yourself?
I am not that old, damn it.
Look, after we listen to all of the complaints about how old we are,
There you go.
I claim immunity.
But I do know what you mean, though, about the terrible advice that was floating around and how some people actually acted on that. I saw some news about that.
Yeah.
Things would have been better if we'd have been decisive right from the beginning. Well, we're going to do this. We're going to take precautions because, we should have been erring on the side of caution, whether people liked it or not. I mean, as a collective, our country needs to grow to hell up and fly right and think about us as a whole instead of just themselves and what they have, and screw you if you don't have it. I'm so tired of that whole mindset. It gets very old very quickly.
I was lucky enough to be a conspiracy theorist before the algorithms started making conspiracy theorists, because I was able to grow the hell up and get out of it.
Right.
But now I see these people who, somewhere between like 2010 and 2018, they got caught by these algorithms and it just spun up a whole new world for them. Mostly people who were already in this, delicate state of mind where they were, or maybe not educated enough or smart enough to discern reality.
Right.
And you know, like
I'm just trying to cool off. I'm hot as hell. Oh,
so
I'm
there
sorry.
was a TV show called that I can't remember what the name of it was. It was something about preppers, where they would follow these people who were prepping for the end of the world. I was a huge fan of it for a while until I was watching one episode, and I said, "Hey," and told my husband, "Hey, this one's in our hometown," and he looked at the guy as like, "Oh my God, I used to work with that guy." Just, you know, it turns out that after he had lost his job, he was in that fragile state of mind. And then exposure to the internet, to people in fragile states of mind, just spins them into these conspiracy theories.
Exactly.
Dark Knight said it's doomsday preppers.
Yeah, that's the one.
Thank you. That's the one.
Yeah. So I actually have a connection to one of those nut bars.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have a connection to well, not really a connection, but semi-connection to Earl David Warren, whatever his name is. He's a First Amendment auditor. He lives here in Houston, like not far from me. And
I have a bacon number of 4.
I actually kind of wish that I could run into him. I really, really do. Because I would so out him. I would love to get in his face. Because he's a despicable human being.
Yeah. Did you see the NPR thing where they said that most of the anti-vax stuff comes from like 12 people?
12 people?
Yeah, like a dozen people, all of whom are making money off of this, are the like top tier disseminators of this misinformation. That's why they all sound the same. Why the magnet stuff comes down. One of these 12 people says it, and then they spread it to their giant Facebook groups, who spread it to their mommy groups, who spread it to their wherever. And, you know.
Wow.
Suddenly we've got people trying to stick keys to themselves at city council meetings.
Yeah. Wow. Great.
Woo! Well, God bless America.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, apparently we've been doomed.
That's something else. I'm not surprised.
We are no longer blessed because we have people here that should not be.
It's because they let normies on the internet is what it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
You have a number of people on the internet that have either a lack of discernment. They were not taught how to source things. Or people who have a lack of, and I hate to say this, intelligence. And they just can't.
Lack of moral compass?
Well, that too. Those are preying on the people that have lack of discernment and lack of intelligence.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we have any stupid? I kind of want to see some more stupid.
I know.
Oh my God, just open your front door and just look left or right. And then come back in 2 minutes.
Actually,
We'll discuss that because...
Actually, I live in a very old, quiet neighborhood, and I love it.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I live in the middle of nowhere, so a third of my view is houses that are off in a distance a little bit, and then the other 2/3 is mountains. So
Nice.
I live in a
Jelly.
wonderful,
slowly gentrifying urban rental house district.
Oh.
We're in one of the
Oh.
gentrified houses. Unfortunately, down the road a bit is, like 2 houses down. Actually, the house next door and the house on the other side of that one are not yet gentrified, but I wish they would hurry it up because we've had visitors in the crawly form in our house.
Oh, yummy.
Yeah, I've got a line
Protein.
of diatomaceous earth like across my door.
Protein.
Yeah.
No, I can't live in. I've lived in some neighborhoods I felt okay in, but I've never feel like totally okay. There's too many people around me, and I blame part of that on growing up on a family farm, and the nearest neighbors were like a mile in any given direction away, like the closest ones.
Right.
So now I just don't like being crowded like that. I will not live in a big city. I live outside of a smaller city, but I live away from. I have to drive 35 minutes to get into town.
Oh yeah,
So,
well, that's kind of where I'm at.
This is where I sleep so good out here. I used to sleep 5-6 hours a night. I sleep like 9-10 easy now. It's weird.
Well,
Nice.
where
Yeah.
I live actually used to be considered country.
Nice.
I'm in a suburb of Houston, which is Katy. And Katy used to be like, somebody said they were going to Katy. It's like, see you next week. It was way out there. And, it was, at least a good hour's drive, especially from West Houston. But now Katy's grown. Oh my God. Katy is not what it used to be. And it's seriously starting to overgrow. Houston is totally taken over, and we're no longer, country. We're now, I guess, cityfied. I don't know. But we're still a little ways out. Anything that you want to do in Houston, you still got a little ways to get to, looking at 30-45 minutes just to get to anything in Houston, but still it's very overgrown. It used to be so spread out, now it's not.
I live in a city of 40,000 people a town of 40,000 people that's 2 hours from St. Louis, and it's the big city in the area. So I love about Missouri. But yeah, it's nice. I mean, it's really nice. We got this beautiful big sky where, a mile away from the cornfield where from the farm that grows our CSA box food, and it's a beautiful, wonderful place to live, but living in the slowly gentrifying neighborhood isn't so great.
Yeah. Yes. I don't know. I mean, you used to be able to watch the stars and stuff out here. You can't anymore. And which is a shame.
Get your city to convert to the LED streetlights.
Yeah.
Oh, Knoxville
Be
did
a
it.
smart move. They last so much longer.
Knoxville, Tennessee did it. It saved 1/3 of their streetlight electricity bill.
There you go.
Or it cut it to 1/3.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Plus, you could see the stars a lot better once they started spreading out, because the sodium lights produce more light pollution than the LED lights. The LED lights just aim down. So if you get to an area that is a little bit away from the actual lights, then you've got, like behind my house in Knoxville, we could see quite a few stars. We had a very good view of quite a lot of stars.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like here, but
Yeah,
but they've got the
nowhere
LED
to
lights
go
here, and
to
they're
look
wonderful.
for the stars. There's nowhere to go. There's no empty fields anymore. They've all been filled in.
Ours are all filled with corn, so
Oh my God, that reminds me of Nebraska.
Well, I mean, it's Missouri.
Yeah.
Missouri is 60% farmland.
I remember my sister and I were taking a road trip to Nebraska, to Lincoln. And it was so funny. We were driving straight through. And this was actually right after I had my hysterectomy. And as soon as we hit the Nebraskan border, all of a sudden we both had to pee. And both of us have bladder issues from surgeries and stuff. So, we're like 3 hours. It was like nothing but cornfields, and the sun was just coming up, or like about to come up, somewhere around in there. It's like just before sunrise. And of course, my sister and I will not stop on the side of the road to pee because we've seen Children of the Corn. So, we refused to stop because we didn't want to, stop on the side of the road. It was so creepy, and it was hours before we finally found a gas station. Oh, it was horrible. I'll never forget that. And then we went to, we found a hotel, and we got our room. We went up there. Now my sister at the time was traveling with like, her SUV was full. Let's put it that way. Just for like a 3 or 4 day stay.
Oh.
And yeah. And anyway, so we went up to the room and we turned the AC on. Go back down, and we're going to start, unloading everything and bringing it up. I notice it's getting hotter. And it's June, I guess about this time of year. And so finally, about the third trip up, we realized that the temperature is definitely going up. Go down to the front desk. They turn the AC off. They don't turn it back on until a certain time of the year. So even though each room has an individual thing where you can adjust it, they actually turn off the actual AC during certain parts of the time of the year.
I'm pretty sure that's inhumane.
Yes, and that was
year.
right after I had a hysterectomy. Okay, I just started surgical menopause.
Oh,
it was horrible. And I went down there and I was like, no, we made reservations. I want a full refund. I cannot stay here. There is no way. You couldn't even breathe in the room. It was so hot. So we ended up at a cheap place right around the corner where you had one of those big wall window units. Oh.
Yeah, there's some people who are like you can all they're like, we need our heat up here in the frozen north, but you don't need AC. AC is a luxury. I'm like, people die from
no. Mm-mm. Yeah, I couldn't believe that. I was like, I'd never heard.
Well, clothes on, Buster, but I can't take more skin off.
Right? That's what I tell everybody all the time, dude. I would rather be cold than hot because you can put on more clothes, but you can't. Once you get down to skin, there's nothing left to take off.
Right.
I remember when I was pregnant with my first son. Mind you, both my kids were born in July.
Oh.
And my first son, my last month, the last 3 weeks of my pregnancy, our AC went out.
Oh.
And that was horrific. I was just like, I was half naked, lying in my bra and panties around the house. Oh. My big old belly sticking out.
I'm going to tell you, I feel you, because I gave birth to my son in Orlando, Florida, in the middle of June. Matter of fact, his birthday was just on Friday.
Wow.
And it was hot and horrible and humid. And I basically laid around and ate as much ice cream as possible because it was cold and I didn't give a shit. And for the first few months, all I could eat was salad with just like lettuce and tomatoes, nothing fancy, Italian dressing, and Slim Jims. Slim Jims. I'm telling you, I eat the shit. I used to go to I walked out of the store down the street from me, a little convenience store, and I grabbed the whole pack of Slim Jims out of the rack and just slap it down on the counter. And the guy was like, all right. And I just looked at him like, don't even ask. Just shut up and ring me up and let me go home. And I had a jug of milk and a block of cheese, and I was just set. I didn't fucking care.
Yeah, my daughter, it was mustard on those chewy granola bars. The chewy chocolate granola.
Ew.
Oh God!
That's how I knew I was pregnant.
Look at the time. Gotta go.
Yeah, right.
I was the opposite way though. I was cold. I had no spare blood for either of my children. It was just, they had it all. And I was freezing cold the entire time. And the nurses are like, we have never had this happen with someone who was not dying. It's like,
no, I literally just sweat all the time.
I did too.
I just sweat.
No, I was freezing cold whole time.
God, I wish.
No, you don't. Because the only thing they will offer you is ice chips. And when you're already freezing cold, you're like,
yeah, but you can cover up.
I was trying to chug the whole cup of ice chips. Like, give me these motherfuckers.
Well, yeah, you want to cover up, but you're in a hospital where, it's guaranteed you have to have an audience of at least 35 people.
Yep.
Well, I can't complain too much, though, because honestly, when I went into labor, from the time I said, that's it, we need to go to the hospital, to when he was born was less than 4 hours. It was like 3 hours and 45 minutes.
Holy cow.
Shut up.
So he was like coming out, and he didn't give a fuck, like, I'm coming out now. And then, right. And then when he came out, the umbilical cord was so long, it's something in my family, apparently.
Oh, wow.
The umbilical cord was so long, it was wrapped around his neck 5 times, and he was blue.
Oh my god!
Geez.
And they and so that's why they're having trouble getting him out, because he was trying to come out, and I'm pushing, and he was just stopped, and then they realized that we were actually like choking him.
Wow!
And so they had to like reach up in there and push his head aside and cut the umbilical cord and try to snip it off, and then pull him out and unwrap the umbilical cord from around his neck, laid him up on my belly, and I just went, come on, baby. And there was, all I got was this. Didn't cry once, just a nice big, that feels good, a little air in my lungs. Yeah.
Wow.
That was it. Never cried.
Yeah, my daughter, within the moment she was born, she had like 4 nurses around her, and my husband and everybody. Of course, just leave me. I'm fine. I'll just be over here. I just had the baby. Go fuss over the princess. But within like seconds of being born, she grinned at everybody. Like social grin. Which is better. My son was 44 weeks along when he had to be induced.
Oh no, I was a week overdue. I had to be induced for my first one.
I moved
a week
halfway through, and my doctors did not believe me that I knew the date of conception. They were like, no, we know better than you. And so
they got a tape measure.
I was at 44 weeks, and they're like, this pregnancy's really odd here at the end. It's but with my daughter, she we were at a checkup, and we were like, well, we're at 40 weeks now, and we're having some trouble with it's already a high-risk pregnancy. Both of mine were high risk because I'm bad at making children. But they're like, it's already high risk. We should probably talk about an induction. So the doctor's there, and then I hear, oops. And apparently she wanted to be born that day.
Oh wow. My first one, he had to be induced a week late, and then My second one was born on my ex-husband's birthday and the doctor's birthday. So, it was my husband at the time. He I'll never forget this story. 2:10 in the morning, I had to get up and go pee. You know how it is. You're at the end of your pregnancy, you got to pee every 5 minutes. And so I got up and I went to the bathroom, and then I came back. I laid back down. Literally exactly 2:20 in the morning, I felt like I had to pee again. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And as I sat up, my water broke. And I was like, "Oh my God." And I told him, I had to call my husband. Like, he's laying right next to me. And I'm like, "Baby, happy birthday. Let's go."
What? Something similar happened to me. I got up off the couch and we were all like, turn the TV off, going to bed thing. I had a couple of roommates. And so I'm heading towards my bedroom and I go in the bathroom and I sit down and I pee and I stop peeing for a second. And then all of a sudden I peed a lot. And then I thought, that feels weird. That didn't feel like my urethra.
Yeah.
What the hell? And I looked down and my plug's in the toilet.
Oh God.
And I was like, I got up and I wiped and I just like stuck a bunch of toilet paper in my underwear because I was still dripping basically. And I walked out and I said, "Hey guys." And they're like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "We're going to the hospital." And they were like, "When?" I was like, "No, I mean, we're going now. We're going."
Yeah.
And then they both freaked out and ran and grabbed my bag and they were like shuffling to find keys and it was like a fucking movie for the next 5 minutes. It was
Dude,
ridiculous.
I didn't move. I refused to move. As soon as that happened, I put my hands down on the bed on either side of my hips, pushed myself up out of it, and then I like sat there like that until everybody was in the car, loaded, ready to go because I refused to move and drip the stuff anywhere. Oh, it was just so gross. I was like, "Nope. Let me know."
See, I did
ready.
it like everything about it was perfect except for the umbilical cord. I even my water broke in the toilet. I didn't even have to come back and clean anything up. I just flushed. It was like
I
the
was
best.
in the doctor's office, so
Oh, that's great
Yeah.
too. Someone else cleans it up then.
that's right.
There's nothing wrong
No,
with that.
the nurse was like, "Did you have an amnio hook on that glove?" But there was road construction on the road home, so she was going to be born that day one way or another because he said, basically she was already on the way. My water was going to break on the way home, probably, they said. But my husband, Lord love him. So here we were. We finally got a room, and I'm like, "You need to go home, and you need to get our bag." We set it by the door. He was gone for an hour. And I said, "What took you so long?" And he said, "I forgot where we put the bag. We had set it by the door. We had it. I told him when I was setting it by the door. I told him before he left that it was by the door." And oh my gosh, the guys are so funny.
Was there like a piece of paper on top of it? Because, and the reason I asked that, the reason I asked, because guys they're surface lookers.
Yeah, no.
They don't search deep. They don't move papers.
It was
I remember
literally,
so many times. I was with a guy
next
for
to the
8.5 years, and every time he lost something, I would like move a newspaper or a piece of paper from like my job or something, and it would be laying right there. And he looked for like an hour. I'm like, "Did you move anything? Or did you just like
Object
skim the
permanence,
surface all the way through the house for an hour?"
Yeah, object permanence wasn't a thing in our house either, and it was
It's
Like if
still
I
not
wanted
a
to hide
thing in
something
my
from him, all
house.
he had to do was like lay a notebook on top of it. He would never, I mean, I could have hid
never would have found.
anything. He never would have known it was there.
Oh,
Wow.
my teenage son has drawers. They're labeled. I labeled them with a label maker. I said, "This is where everything goes."
Oh no.
The label maker mom.
I am the label maker mom. I have to be, because otherwise everyone's going to be like, "Well, where is such and such?" Instead of saying the third drawer from the left, and they're going to say my left or your left. I'm like, "It's in another room. It's going to be your left."
Wow. Okay,
But-
so I tried the label making. But I move stuff around so often that I decide, okay, I don't like this here, or, because I do a lot of different type of crafts.
Right.
And so I shift things around whenever
I don't label my crafts.
No, like my boxes and my, that I have stuff in, like I have, those picture boxes, those paper picture boxes.
Like
I've got
shoebox
the big
kind of size, yeah.
for mine.
Those are full of like ribbons. Well, I had them color coded or whatever, and I had them labeled. That didn't work out because I kept moving them around, and then I'd run out of one color, and I'd try to condense everything, or
yeah.
And then I showed y'all, I don't know if y'all really saw earlier, but there's a shelf that has a bunch of jars on it, and all those jars have little tiny pieces in them. Because I'll make I do pictures, or not pictures, but I don't know, some kind of art. I don't know what to call it. Anyways, I do resin.
You just do it. Sounds like my art.
I just do whatever. But I do sewing. I make purses, wallets, all kinds of stuff. And then I make fairy light bottles and
that's nice.
What do you call it? I love working with resin. But I'm out of resin right now, so I'm not doing any of that right now. But so I kind of shift things around as to what I'm working on. You know what I mean? If I'm going to be doing sewing, then I want to make sure that all my sewing stuff is handy, or anything that I can put on, sew on something, whatever, then I'm going to have all that stuff handy. And then if I'm making like little fairy houses, I got to have like my paints and cardboard and, foliage and stuff like that.
Have you ever seen those guys that take resin and they build a form, whatever shape they want, and then the general shape, and they usually just do blocks or rectangular kind of hunks, like Velveeta bar shaped, and they lay this resin and they bake it and everything, and then they put it on a lathe.
Yes.
Like a wood lathe, and oh my god, the stuff they do, it blows my mind. I like so want to do that.
Nick Zametti, I love Nick Zametti, and then I watch his channel a lot. And what do you call it? Oh my god, there's another one, and he just put up a video too.
Yeah, there's like 4 or 5 good channels out there. They're easy to find.
There's a great one. If you're into older crafts like I am, I knit and crochet. I make tatted lace. I make my dragons. I also do nail bending and cording with
that
yarn.
dragon was yours, wasn't it? The one that Mipet has a picture of?
I don't know. I don't think so.
The picture that Mipet uses. It's the she said it was a crocheted dragon that somebody made.
That's not one of mine. My dragons are Sculpey.
Oh, okay. No,
there's a link there's a link to my Etsy store where you can see them. They're on my page, but no, there's a woman, Sally Pointer. She actually lives in Barman's neighborhood, and she does like all these like medieval and ancient Neolithic crafts, and she is my inspiration for the crafter I want to be.
Yeah.
I'm lucky.
If I had more space, like I work on a teeny tiny desk, and I don't have a lot of space. I'm in my where I work is in my bedroom. All of my supplies, all of my stuff is all in my bedroom. I have one of those closets that goes across the entire wall. And it has like the shutter doors. 2 sets of shutter doors. Well, the ones on the left by my desk is nothing but craft stuff, and then on the right is my clothes, because I don't have that many damn clothes. Yeah. And then but it's just I want a she shack. See,
I'm lucky that when we moved to Missouri, being a tornado zone, all the houses have basements, and we have a fully finished basement. So I've got a fireproof safe where I keep all of my craft stuff, and then I've got additional banker boxes where I've got my on a industrial metal shelf where I've got my dragons and my craft and my fabric and everything. Got one box that's like kids craft and one box that's felt. And I'm like, okay, child, if you need craft stuff, it's there. The rest is mine.
There you go. That's
I'm
awesome.
jealous. I'm so jealous. I would love to have a basement, but I'm down here below sea level, so that's not going to happen.
Well,
But
we
all
moved
floody.
from this house. We moved out of this house that qualified as a tiny house. It was so small. It was like 960 square feet of livable space.
Oh,
And-
that's big. Well,
That was for 4
I have like
people.
100 square foot.
No, I mean, I would love to have a separate room. I would love to get a she shack. I would love. Oh, and another thing that's on my wish list is a dream box. I don't know if you've seen those. It's,
Yeah.
Sorry,
it's like
everybody.
a closet.
Sorry to cut in here, but we got 5 minutes till the top of the hour here when we have to kill it. So we should probably go around and say our goodbyes. Amy?
Yeah. Sure. So how did everybody think of tonight? We'll start with you, Kim. What did you think so far?
Oh, I like just BSing around. It was fun.
Awesome. Glad you liked it. It's awesome. How about you, Woden Toad?
Well, I always have fun hanging out.
Awesome. Good. Glad to hear it. How about you, B?
Well, I just appreciate the invite, and I think it was fun.
Thank you.
And besides a couple of disgusting topics that made Dick and I want to puke, no, it was a lot of fun though, and I appreciate
Awesome.
you guys.
Oh, thank you. We love having you on too. So much fun. And we love having all of you on, which is great. How about you, Dick? What do you think of tonight so far?
Well, we watched some crazy people on the show, and there
Yes,
was a
we did.
great, if somewhat interesting from my perspective, chat there for a little while.
Dick's
Well,
like,
you
I'm
did
never
very
getting on
well
with
in
these women
staying
again.
quiet, like a
Yeah.
good guy.
I know when to and not to, and there's just some of those not to moments in life.
Word.
But
You get an
yeah, that was a
applause
great
from us.
evening. So thanks for joining, everybody. And what do you say? Let's all say good night.
Wait, what happened to
Night.
Thank you so much.
She's
Good
not here
night.
anymore. Night.
She went
Griff?
night.
Night.